Go Parlay King Sports. Man, John Moran, what the fuck is you doing, man? Like, you out here in the streets on Instagram Live with guns like you a street guy. You ain't no street guy. You an NBA guy. Like, you have to be suspended, man. That's why I said the NBA, they gave him an 8-game suspension. That was a slap on the wrist, man, for showing guns on Instagram, man. You got to be harder than that. You got to come down harder than you, the NBA, man. See, David Stern, when those guys was fighting up there in Detroit, they got like 150-game suspension and shit without motherfucking pay. Without pay. The NBA need to come down on John Morant, man. He getting out of control, man, with this gang shit. And you supposed to be an NBA player. You supposed to be practicing on your craft in the off season, but now you on Instagram Live flashing guns and shit, man. I swear, John Morant, you about to lose every motherfucking thing, man. You about to lose everything, and then motherfuckers gonna be laughing at your stupid ass when you lose everything and shit. They gonna be laughing at you, man. They gonna be laughing at your stupid ass. This is what happens when the wrong people get money. This is what happens. When the wrong people get money, this will happen. They get to doing shit that they would have never did before the bag. John Morant would have never did no shit like that before he got paid. Now he got that guaranteed contract, man. I'm telling you, they about to kick John Morant out the goddamn. He about to be out the motherfucking league, man. He got too much. He's surrounded by too much gang activity. You surrounded by too much gang activity. You stay on Instagram Live with this hot shit, stupid shit. I never understood that shit, man. But when you lose it all, motherfucker, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself, man. You ain't got nobody to blame but yourself, man. Like this is outrageous, man. Outrageous. And I'm gonna see what the NBA gonna do. I know it got to be way more than an 8-game suspension. He showed guns on Instagram the first time and only got 8 motherfucking games. They should have gave him a year suspension for that shit. Let that motherfucker know, like, man, we don't play this shit in the NBA, man. NBA players and rappers should never be mixed together and shit. That shit don't go together. That shit don't go together, man. Like, you a legit motherfucker. Like, you ain't no street dude. You ain't come up through the streets. This ain't the streets. This ain't the streets. You with a official company, billion-dollar company, billion-dollar business. And he out here acting like he on the streets with some street motherfuckers. I see who raised you, boy. I see who raised you, man. Your daddy ain't did shit. Your daddy ain't did nothing for your motherfucking ass and shit. Your daddy's supposed to season you down like, son, you get this money, man. It's certain people you cannot be around. You just can't be around, man. You got, you know what I'm saying? You on a different level now. You ain't on this street level shit. You got to get away from that street shit, man. The goal in life is to get the fuck away from the goddamn streets and make a better living for you and your family and shit. And you did that. And now here you is fucking with the goddamn streets and shit. The streets gonna take your motherfucking ass. They gonna take you away. They gonna take you away from all that shit you had, man. All that money, all them cars, all them hoes, all that shit you got, man. You about to lose all that shit just because you want to go on Instagram Live with guns and shit, man. You got to be the stupidest guy in the NBA right now. Like the stupidest motherfucker in the NBA. Right. Stupid, man. Stupid. That's why I said the NBA players, especially when you young and shit, man, they shouldn't even give you motherfuckers no goddamn bag, man. Motherfuckers don't even know how to get the money and fall back some goddamn wearing shit. You supposed to be working on your craft, man, not on Instagram Live showing guns and shit. Man, for real, bro. I'm tired of John Morant too, man. I'm telling you, look, the NBA messed up when they gave him an 8-game suspension when he did that shit the first time. They messed up right there. They were supposed to come down on him and gave him a year suspension without pay. A year suspension without pay. He wouldn't have went on Instagram Live and did that shit again. He wouldn't have did that shit again. He just did that shit again. Like John Morant, he's stupid, man. He's stupid. He about to be with the streets. Since you love the streets so much, you about to be with the streets with no goddamn dough. And then you gonna see the real motherfuckers. Right. Ja, you ain't no street dude, man. You ain't no street guy. Stop trying to be a street guy, man. You in the NBA now, man. You in the NBA. You done made it. Like I said, he's supposed to be in the gym working on his goddamn craft. Nah, he all on Instagram live showing guns and shit. That's why the Memphis Grizzlies ain't gonna win no championship because John Morant all on Instagram live showing guns and shit. He'd rather show guns on Instagram live to get on the goddamn court. Show your guns with this basketball. You about to be kicked. He about to get kicked out the league, man. They gonna kick his motherfucking ass out the league. That's one thing about the NBA. NBA don't play that shit, bro. They don't play that shit. You can't be doing none of this shit and motherfucking going on Instagram live and all that shit. He see what he was supposed to do when he got caught the first time with the motherfucking guns and shit. He was supposed to delete Instagram, all that shit, bro. Delete any fucking platform to where you can go live on some shit. Delete that shit. You can't handle going live, motherfucker. If you gonna go live, at least go live showing motherfuckers you in the gym trying to get, you know what I'm saying? Trying to get my game ready for next season and shit. Motherfucker all on Instagram live with guns and shit, man. I'm telling you, boy. These young boys, man, they get a bag to these young boys, man. They don't know how to motherfucking act. They don't know how to act, bro. They don't know how to act. And you would have thought like somebody would have got it in his ear when he did that shit the first time. Like, look, Jaw, I'm talking about sit down with that motherfucker and have a one-on-one conversation with him. Look him straight in his motherfucking eyes. You know what I'm saying? And tell him the motherfucker real. Like, look, dude, like you could lose all this shit tomorrow, bro. The motherfuckers you trying to impress on Instagram Live, ain't none of them motherfuckers gonna send you no money, man. Ain't nobody gonna send you no money. Ain't nobody gonna feel sorry for your motherfucking ass when you get kicked out the league. They laughing at your stupid ass. They gonna be laughing at your stupid ass out the league. You ain't even trying to act like you a gangster. You ain't no gangster, dude. You an NBA player. Ain't nothing gangster about you, man. You an NBA player. David, I mean, not David Stern, but he better be glad David Stern ain't alive and shit, man. You wouldn't even be in the league and shit. You better ask motherfucking Gilbert Arenas what he did to Gilbert Arenas and that other dude when they showed guns, when they brought guns to the motherfucking stadium. You better ask Gilbert Arenas how much time he get. Him and that other dude, the other dude got kicked out the league. He ain't even have a check yet. Up here playing these gun games with Gilbert Arenas and shit. Gilbert Arenas got kicked out. They kicked Gilbert Arenas the fuck out the goddamn league and shit. You ain't even hear about Gilbert Arenas after that shit. He got kicked out the fucking league. Trying to be gangster and shit. You an NBA player, but you want to be gangster. Okay, David Stern kicked your ass out the goddamn league, motherfucker. Boom, you gone. Now you on motherfucking YouTube doing podcasts and shit. Now you can tell John Morant got a whole bunch of yes motherfuckers around him. He ain't got nobody around him that can tell him you need to motherfucker stop this shit. It's all yes, 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 whatever you want, whatever you want, whatever you want and shit. Like you can do whatever the fuck you want to do, and a motherfucker don't say nothing to this motherfucker because he paying them and shit. Like that's some bullshit, bro. That's some bullshit. That's why you need people around you when you got dough like that to tell your motherfucking ass, like, look, little nigga, you getting out of line, man. You need to get back in motherfucking line. Won't give a fuck how much money you got, bro. You need to get back in line immediately. You ain't gonna have this motherfucking money. This shit gonna be gone. You know how many motherfucking NBA players that came in the league and broken a motherfucker now? Like you gonna be one of them motherfuckers, man. You got kids and shit. Like you got kids. You ain't even thinking about your kids. He ain't even thinking about his motherfucking kids, man. That motherfucker ain't thinking about his motherfucking kids, man. He ain't thinking about his kids' future. He ain't thinking about none of that shit. He thinking about his motherfucking self. And yourself is about to get kicked out the goddamn league and shit, man. You supposed to be in the gym. Now he gonna be labeled, man. John Morant gonna be labeled a thug. You know what happens when they label you as a thug and shit? It's over with for you then and shit. When they label you as a thug and you an NBA player, man, you gonna lose endorsements. Nike just gave you a lifetime contract, bro. Like they could rip that shit up today. They could rip that fucking contract up today. Shut your shoe deal. That shut all that shit down today, man. I just hate to see I just hate to see brothers when they come up and make it. You know what I'm saying? I want to see you make it. I want to see you flourish. I don't want to see you catching cases and all that shit like a street guy. Like it's fucking unbelievable, man. Like I would have never thought I would see a NBA player on Instagram Live showing guns and shit. I would have never thought that. Like never, never. Now he gonna be labeled as a thug and shit. They're gonna label John Morant a straight up thug. Like man, you gonna be labeled as a thug and shit because you want to do that fuck shit. Look at this thug, Memphis, you Memphis gang motherfucker. It's just fucking unbelievable, man. Most people get that money, they get that money and shit, and a little fame, and motherfuckers lose their mind and shit, man. They lose their mind. They think they can do whatever the fuck they want to do, and ain't no consequences behind this shit. But when you dealing with $1 billion company, it's gonna be some motherfucking consequences behind that shit. They already suspended him from all activities indefinitely. That's the first step. And then Memphis worried. They wonder why they can't win the championship. That's the reason why you can't win a championship. Your point guard want to be a gangbanger. He want to be a gangbanger and shit. That's why y'all ain't gonna win no championship. Motherfucker want to be a gangbanger and shit. You drafted the wrong guy. You drafted a gangbanger and shit. Motherfucker that want to show guns on Instagram. He a gangbanger. He a thug. You drafted a thug and shit. If I'm the owner of the Memphis Grizzlies, I would suspend John Morant. The league wouldn't even have to come down yet. I would suspend John Morant if I'm the owner of the Memphis Grizzlies. He would get a year suspension. He wouldn't even touch the goddamn court next year without pay. Like man, I would suspend him without fucking pay for a whole year. That's what I would do if I was the Memphis. If I own Memphis and shit, then whatever the league want to do, that can come after my suspension. Because at first I thought the internet undefeated. You know what I'm saying? I'm seeing John Morant trending on Twitter and shit. I'm like, why John Morant? Why is he trending on Twitter and shit? I'm thinking like he even showed a video of him in the gym or something like that. I go tap on it, man. He all on Instagram live with guns and shit. Talking about he'll shoot a motherfucker and shit. Unbelievable, man. It's just unbelievable and shit. All the little kids and shit, like they looking up at you and shit. Like, man, it's fucking pathetic, bro. It's pathetic, man. It's fucking pathetic for real. Like, and it ain't like it ain't like he motherfucking 15 years old and shit. You a grown ass man, man. You know what the fuck your ass doing, bro. You know exactly what the fuck you doing and shit. You don't give a fuck. You don't care. I just had to drop that. I just had to drop that jewel right there, man, because I'm like, this unbelievable, man. I can't believe John Morant, man. He came from the bottom, man. It ain't like John Morant came from money. He ain't come from money. He came from the bottom. Everything you got, you had to work hard to get that shit. You had to work hard to get that shit, man. And you just giving it up to so you could be in the streets and shit. Pathetic. Pathetic, man. Pathetic.